Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Grab yourself a seat. Get your popcorn. Get your water. Get yourself the way you need to be. Because the Sports Life Trill Podcast is in the freaking building. Your boy Big Snacks. Your boy K-Sap. We in here today. I hope y'all ready for a good show. While you walking in the building, you know what to do. As we always say, introduce yourself. Speak. Don't be that guy. Let us know you're in the building. Let us know where you're watching from or listening from, depending on what you're doing. Because you might just have it on and just chilling in the background. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you are, on behalf of myself and KSAP, we appreciate you taking this time out your day to entertain and hang with us, if not for a little while. You know what I'm saying? As we step up to the mic, we'd like to be very appreciative of all who have been helping us and been consistent with their views of watching each of our videos on YouTube. Even though KSAP video will be blowing mine out the water, I ain't gonna say y'all like light-skinned people or nothing. I'm just saying YouTube is tripping right now. You know, the Simply Ballin' Podcast is over there killing it. And we are here to support, just like my channel. I don't know about my channel. We might have to ask some questions. I might be blacklisted or something, but we don't know what's going on. You know, they might be threw me out the algorithm because my last 12, 13 video, I got questions. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce myself, Big Snacks, the homie, KSAP. I was stuck in Dallas last night in KSAP City on the interstate on 35 while KSAP was live streaming in the middle of the night. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all got to put these post notification bells on because KSAP might go live at any moment. You know, it's middle of the night and KSAP just up there talking, got people calling in and everything. And I'm like, hey, I'm sitting in traffic. I should have popped it, put my phone on the dashboard and just went live, you know. But without further ado, my light-skinned brethren, KSAP from the Simply Ballin' Podcast.
Yo, what up? What it do, Big Snacks? We in the building. And look, y'all heard what Snacks said, man. Look, YouTube be tripping sometimes, but what y'all need to do, though, for real, I'm talking to the chat right now. Y'all heard what Snacks said, man. Y'all might have to turn your notifications off and turn them back on to all, because this is the crazy thing. I see people filtering in. I see you, Nicole. I see you, Amber. I see you, Niecy. I see you, ADP. The thing about it is, like Amber said last night, she loves the late night shows. So I might just start going live late night because it seems like things be popping off late at night. And we got everybody's undivided attention where you're comfy. Shout out to Nicole. But this is what y'all need to do. Yeah, ADP just said it. Turn off your notifications and turn them back on so YouTube can start pushing them notifications out. Because it's crazy what Big Snacks say. You know, YouTube sometimes be on its, petty bull. But the thing about it is, I'll always do a test. I'll drop a video and then I'll ask my wife, did she get the notification? She never gets the notification. I'll drop a video, say today, my wife won't get the notification until 2 days later. So this is what you people need to do. Do us a favor. Do everybody a favor. Do Big Snacks a favor. Do me a favor, man. If y'all support us and rock with us the way y'all do, because y'all show us plenty of love. And I'm telling you, when I open up the phone lines be blinging. And like Snacks said, sometimes he's sitting in the truck, man. Throw that phone up on the dashboard. Do what you got to do, Snacks, man. But look, we here for it. You know what I'm saying? We here for the love and support and all that, man. So I appreciate everybody that rolls in and comes in and supports us, man. But like we said, it's New Cleveland, new media, and we here. Let's go.
Y'all know what time it is. Snacks and Sap is in the building. And we ain't going to keep y'all long, but we here for a good time, not a long time. So without further ado, we're going to jump into this thing because K-Sap can't be with us for a while today. He got business. You know what I'm saying? And before we get started on the podcast, we'll get into that. But let's get this party started and do what we came to do. I hope y'all ready, because we are. Sports Life Trail Podcast is now active.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Big snacks. Big snacks. The K-Sap on the mic, yeah. We talking sports, real life all night, yeah. Welcome to Sports Life. Bring the whole tribe. Where the game meets the grind and the truth ride. Sheeta in the talk, coach prime in the frame. Every move got us locked, every play got a name. NFL, NBA, WNBA 2. Angel Reese with the fire, Ajay Wilson 2. Texas in the house, let the whole world hear. Culture in the cut and the vision clear. Best sports podcast on YouTube, that's the wave. Tap in, lock in, let the real ones say. From the locker room to the block, from the court to the top, we keep it real, no doubt. Say it loud, say it loud. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports and real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it real, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew. Welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too. Sheeta got the boys. Coach Prime got the spark from the first whistle blow to the final dark. We debate every stat, every trade, every win, and we bring it back to the people again. Angel Reese got down, Sajah Wilson got grace. Every headline hit, we stay in the race. Big plays, big names, big talk on deck. If you love the game, then you know what's next. No cap, no doubt, we stay on the scene. Texas flavor in the mix, clean and mean. Bigger than the clip, it's a whole long ride. Sports Life in your ears, let it bounce worldwide. Hands up when the combo drop. Here's now when the facts don't stop. One mic, one lane, one vibe. Sports Life, baby, come alive. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports in real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it real, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew. Welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too.
Yo, Snacks, before we get it started. Hold on, Snacks. Before we get it started, let me say something. There's a lot of debate going around on YouTube who got the hottest intro in the game, man. I'll drop a one in the chat, man, if we got one of the hottest intros repping these YouTube streets. Just drop a one in the chat. I mean, be honest. If you think somebody else got a better intro, man, just put it in there. But drop a one in the chat if y'all think we got one of the hottest intros in the game.
Oh, they got people talking about intros?
Oh yeah, you know that's been a thing, man.
I heard Bush this morning say he got his new song dropping this week.
Yeah.
You know, I just do what we just do what we do. You
See,
know
the thing about it is what we trying to elevate each other. You know what I'm saying? When somebody see a trend going on and we dropping these hot intros, everybody got to get on the wave, man.
Hey,
so y'all just drop a one in the chat. Just be real with us.
Y'all seen my personal intros. Y'all seen K-Sap's personal intros. I made them all.
Yeah, Snacks on the track. That's why every time I talk to Snacks and Snacks come in the building like he came in the building last night on the show, I'll be like, Big Snacks on the track. So when y'all hear me say Big Snacks on the track, Big Snacks is cooking up all these fire intros.
Yes. Now, K-Sap intro song is K-Sap intro song. I just made the video.
He just made the video.
Taking no credit from that guy who made that hype shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. Mine, I made mine. And I made the one for this one. The song and the video. But K-Sap's music is K-Sap's music. But we can do this. If y'all don't know, I used to write music. I used to be a producer. I used to do beats. So that's one of my passions. I got a whole studio in here. I can get down. It ain't no thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I get busy. But it is what it is. But that ain't what we here for. Y'all know why we here. We here because, wait a minute. Get that out of here. We here because of what? Because we are the new Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So we always keep the wrist up. You know what I'm saying? So we represent the new Cleveland because that old Cleveland media out there in them Cleveland streets, the ones that really be in the building, we can't trust them. We can't trust them all. So y'all make sure y'all got your wrist up at all times because that's what we do. But Cleveland, it's been busy this weekend. Been busy this whole week. Brendan Sorsby has been a topic of discussion. And, Mary Kay. Mary Kay will throw her hat in the ring on any quarterback available. I don't care if he's from Mars, Jupiter, he can be from the depths of hell. If he can pass a football, Mary Kay want him on the Cleveland Browns. Now, if y'all don't know who Brendan Sorsby is, Brendan Sorsby is a quarterback currently for the Texas Tech Raiders. He is formerly of the Cincinnati Bearcats. Now, in 2024, when Shador was in college, him and Brendan Sorsby went head up. Cincinnati came to Colorado and got smoked. Got that whooping. Shador outperformed him. I think Shador threw for almost 400 yards that game. Brendan Sorsby didn't even crack 200. You know, and it amazes me that the Cleveland media is just anybody but Shador, no matter whose quarterback is available. Every quarterback that has been on the market, the Cleveland media has told you that the Cleveland Browns are in the market for, and that has simply not been true. Because every quarterback that's on the market, none of them have been in Cleveland. They haven't visited, they haven't been on the phone, and they damn sure ain't been signed. So, at this point, Brendan Sorsby was offered $3.5 million from LSU to transfer from Cincinnati to LSU. Texas Tech say, hey, we got that oil money over here. We're going to give you 5. How about you come over here and hang out with us? So he took the Texas Tech offer. And now Brendan Sorsby is under investigation for gambling. Make it worse, it's gambling on your own team. He gambled, he was a freshman. He set out his freshman year. He was a freshman redshirt quarterback. And while being a quarterback at the University of Indiana, he was placing a multitude of bets. Not only on his team to win, on other college teams and games of the like. And as we all know, as a football player in the NFL, in the NCAA, That's illegal. That's against the rules. That's a blatant rule violation. So now, and going into his 5th year as a quarterback and transferring over to Texas Tech, the Ohio State Gambling Commission has Brendan Sorsby under investigation, and so does the FBI. With that being said, Brendan Sorsby is more than likely going to lose his eligibility to be an NCAA quarterback, which will more than likely put him in the throes of becoming an NFL quarterback, which will offer up the NFL to have a supplemental draft, which is a draft where every team gets a bid on whichever players are in the supplemental draft. Teams with the highest bid get that player. And that bid is a round pick, one of your draft picks from the upcoming draft in the next season. And Mary Kay said, I would just put out a 2nd round pick for Brendan Sorsby. Mind you, Cleveland sports as a whole just went through a big gambling scandal with their baseball team. They have players that have been banned for life from the MLB for gambling. But as the Cleveland Browns, to pick a player of Brendan Sorsby who has such a major addiction, because Brendan Sorsby is currently seeking help for his gambling addiction. And yes, the NFL supports gambling, but they support us gambling, not the players. That is no for the players. Don't you do that. Don't you waste your money gambling on you, because we will get you up out of here. But for Mary Kay to suggest the Cleveland Browns stick their neck out on a player such as this caliber, as many scandals as the Cleveland Browns have been under Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, currently now Deshaun Watson, and you want to stick your neck out for another player with a major problem, that is absolutely ridiculous. But again, it gets us to the point of the Cleveland media wanting anybody but Shedeur under center or taking snaps for the Cleveland Browns, so much that they would risk putting their team, their franchise, under another media storm with a player such as Brendan Sorsby, who will probably come to the NFL and be suspended upon entry. Terrell Pryor, a former Cleveland player who went to the University of Ohio State, the Ohio State University, and got tattoos, and subsequently was suspended from NCAA football. Terrell Pryor opted to go into the supplemental draft, was drafted. You know what happened when he got in the NFL? Them same games they gave you in college, we finna give him right here. He got suspended the day he walked into the NFL. That suspension was waiting on. So if Brendan Sorsby will not be allowed to play ever again in NCAA, how many games will he be suspended upon entering and being selected in the supplemental draft? Will it be 8? Will it be 12? Or will it be the whole season? K-Sap?
Listen, it's a lot to dissect here, and all the points that you cover, Snacks. And I'm a piggyback off of some of the things that you said, but I'm gonna add my own spill to it. Listen up, chat. This is what we've always been saying. Anybody but Shedeur. So how is your Cleveland media and your Cleveland insiders promoting a guy that openly admitted that he had a gambling addiction? And now he's under investigation. He's used countless of aliases, and you still are promoting somebody of that magnitude, and you're trying to convince everybody that these quarterbacks that you're talking about are better than Shedeur Sanders. And this is the diabolical part. He's getting a pass, and everybody has showed empathy and sympathy for him because he admitted he had an addiction. Let's take it a step back. Let's go back down memory lane. Do y'all remember when Shedeur Sanders was in the locker room and it was much talk because of the miming he did, and he got slandered, he got eviscerated. Everybody tried to take him back to the woodshed and whip him. But a guy that's openly admitted he has a gambling addiction, and you got such people as Mary Kay Cabot and all these Cleveland medias promoting this guy for the Cleveland Browns to take. That's the sad part. So that goes to show you that I've always said there's an agenda out against Shedeur Sanders, and it goes bigger than football. And the crazy thing about it is, if you're sitting there telling me, like Snack said, all the quarterbacks that we referenced to that never came in the building, that went other places, they talked about it all off season long. They need to get this quarterback. They need to get Anthony Richardson. They need to take a look at Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis. Guess what, guys? None of them people walked in the building. So that shut the Cleveland media down. So now they looking at these college quarterbacks that are still in college that are potentially coming out in next year's draft, and they promoting these quarterbacks. Mary Kay Cabot did some diabolical stuff by promoting Ty Simpson. That didn't work out. She promoted Fernando Mendoza. He went to the Raiders. And what has happened is the media is so fixated on everything about winning and focused on anybody that you can put up against Shedeur Sanders. And that's the crazy thing about it is. But I got an interesting thing. Like you said, Shedeur Sanders, and I just saw it in the chat and I was going to touch on it. Shedeur Sanders, Myles Garrett, speeding tickets. Oh, that was the focus of conversation all off season long about Myles Garrett speeding tickets. Shedeur's got pulled over. They focused on that. But you got a guy that is betting on games. And you know, in sports, any profession of sports, that's illegal. You got these guys in the NBA, these former NBA athletes such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, Terry Rozier. You see what happened to them. You see what happened to Gilbert Arenas. This stuff is serious, right? So now he admits to having an open gambling addiction, and they giving him praise for it because he admitted that he's having a problem. But you still want to promote this guy as a quarterback and promote him as being better than Shedeur Sanders. And like Snack said, you get suspended in the NCAA. When you get over to the NFL, as soon as you walk in the building, like he said about Terrell Pryor, what you guys think gonna happen? So that is the diabolical part of this Cleveland media, that they promoting everybody but Shedeur Sanders. They'll find any quarterback, like Snack said, any quarterback that probably is in Mars, in the UCS, in the UFL, and all that stuff like that. And the crazy thing about it is, and then I'll let Snacks take over. The crazy thing about it is, anybody that says anything negative about Shedeur, y'all know what happens? They get an interview on 92.3 The Fan, on the afternoon drive, or the morning hustle with Anthony Limer and Ken Carman, and then the afternoon drive with Anthony Peterlin and the other guy. It is crazy. And this is almost diabolical. So guys, pay attention. Anybody but Shedeur.
Exactly. They want anybody but Shedeur. And just so y'all understand how big this story is with Brendan Sorsby, how big of a mistake it could be or would be by selecting Brandon Sorsby, if he even is allowed to be in the draft, in the supplemental draft, that's diabolical. But y'all just listen to this.
Take another college football snap. In 2018, I went undrafted, and Sorsby was expected to be a top pick in 2027. The only problem is he might not take another snap, absolutely tanking his NFL stock. The NCAA is investigating Sorsby for placing thousands of bets on a gambling app while he was at Indiana redshirting back in 2022. If the NCAA ends up ruling him ineligible, then Sorsby's only path to playing football again may be the NFL supplemental draft, and no team has used the supplemental draft since 2019. On talent alone, Sorsby was the top quarterback in this year's winter transfer portal for a reason. At Cincinnati in 2025, he threw for 28 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions while also rushing for 9 more. Multiple draft analysts had this guy as a guaranteed pick, even if he skipped out on Texas Tech and entered this year's draft. That makes him a better prospect than every single player taken in the supplemental draft in over a decade. But the supplemental draft is not free. A team that picks him forfeits a future pick of equal round value. And they'd be spending it on a quarterback who bet on his own team and who just lawyered up. For most front offices, that is a huge red flag. But if you need a top quarterback, taking Sorsby might be the greatest gamble in football. He has until June 30th to declare. Would you want to see him on your favorite team?
You tell me.
Man, he spit some facts right there, man. And the point that stood out for me in what he said is if you take him in the supplemental draft, you're forfeiting
Brendan
future
Sorsby
picks.
just signed a $5 million.
My bad.
Nah, go ahead. Nah, you forfeit
go ahead,
picks.
go ahead.
So you tell me, is anybody going to take a chance on that? If he gets selected in the supplemental draft, but the guy made a key point. They haven't used the supplemental draft since 2019. That was before the pandemic. So the crazy thing about it is, if you take somebody that has openly admitted he has a gambling addiction, right? Do you think that can be cured right away? Do you think that if he does get a chance, is he going to revert back to gambling again? So you got to be cautious, man. And I think Sorsby just probably ruined his sports career, man, because of the fact that you're telling me a team is going to take a chance on somebody that needs to be rehabilitated in a sense, and you giving up future picks to help your team in the near future. Asinine.
Yeah. And somebody will do it because it's football. And we got that report that we just watched from Jason Cambia. He is a retired NFL veteran. He played for the Raiders and the Lions. You know what I'm saying? He's an NFL analyst who's on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. So we're just not giving you information from anybody. So you understand what you're putting on the line if you want to draft Jason Sorsby. But we know the Cleveland media is interested in anybody but Deshaun or Shedeur. Not just Shedeur. Deshaun or Shedeur. They don't want neither one of them right now. You know what I'm saying? But we digress.
But you know what's crazy, Snacks? You know what's
that?
crazy? The only reason why this Brendan Sorsby story is being talked about because it's the attachment to the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And it's the attachment that Shedeur Sanders is with the Cleveland Browns. Because Mary Kay Cabot, like she always does, puts out all these opinions, and it seems like all her opinions, a lot of people are picking up on her opinions and making these storylines. That's why I told you guys the other day that when Shedeur Sanders dropped that post, you know, it struck a nerve with the Cleveland media.
You talking about that post?
Yeah, that post right there. You think about a person's opinion. So Mary Kay is putting out these opinions because she's part of the insiders in the Cleveland media, and now it's a storyline. Because if he wasn't attached to the Cleveland Browns the way Mary Kay has made it seem, we wouldn't be talking about the Brendan Sorsby case. That's the crazy thing about it, guys. So pay attention.
Right. They paid attention to this post because it drove the Cleveland media nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was off their rocker about this post. And if you didn't know, Shedeur Sanders posted to his Instagram the other day, and the post read, think about a person's opinion. In the grand scheme of life, it means nothing. We often give opinions power when we react to them and make them seem valuable. We expect anything different from a modern culture that doesn't keep God at the forefront of a daily action. Those who move through life with foul intentions and they will eventually face the consequences of their ways. The people who truly align with you will understand this. I didn't even see the screen. The people who truly align with you will understand this perspective. In the end, as long as you're walking in your purpose, God should be the only one you seek to please. Now, that post hit a few people in the wrong way. Because as my grandmama say, a hit dog or holler. You know, and some people in the Cleveland media got upset. We've heard them say that Shedeur was in his feelings. Shedeur is always in his feelings. That's what makes him a real person. When you speak your truth, and when they talk about God,
go ahead and preach, Snacks.
When he talks about his Savior, when he talks about Jesus Christ Almighty, when he talks about the one and only Jehovah Jireh, when he talks about that man, they can't dig it. See, because when you start putting Jesus or God, it's hard for them to fight it, because then they look some type of way. Then they look like you are not a believer, and they don't want to appear in that manner. But if you are a believer, if you are a person who has followed the Sanders family, then you understand that this is real. This is how he was raised. This is who his father is. A man of God. If you watch the videos, if you listen to these children talk, people just don't quote Bible verses out of the blue for no reason. People don't tell you about David, Job, and all of these other characters that were in the Bible without knowing the Word of God. And when you hear Shedeur, Deion Sanders Jr., Shiloh, Shalimar, when you hear them talk, they speak of our Father, not their Father. They speak of our Father. And he's just mentioned in regular conversation. It's not let us bow our heads and pray and we talk about God. It's just we having a regular conversation and you will hear a Bible reference. That's just how they were raised. And to have something like this touch your soul when he references these things and when he puts his thoughts on paper, it scares the living crap out of people. They don't know it and they don't understand it. Me, being a PK, I understand it all. I am a preacher's kid. My mom and them right now having a Mother's Day brunch for mothers at the church that don't have family right now. I am a guy who played the drums in church, who played the piano and the organ in church. I was raised in that place. So I understand why they speak of this ilk and of this manner. But they don't get it. They think it's an act. They think that when he says these things and type these things, they think he's just putting on air to be putting on. No, this is them. This is him. This is his character. This is who he is as a person. And as a media conglomerate, Cleveland don't get it. And we got to give a big shout out to Bossy, to Shalimar. She graduated yesterday from the University, what is it, Alabama A&M?
Alabama
in
A&M.
In Huntsville, Alabama, my state, where I'm from. Them Alabama A&M Bulldogs. But you forgot, Shador graduated the week before. Got his degree, not diploma, his degree in sociology. And his baby sister graduates just a week behind him. Ain't that life? Ain't that something?
Snacks. It's wild. And I'm gonna tell you why it's real wild. Because as much as you and people, not you per se, but as much as people have talked negatively about the way the Sanders family moves, they out there doing big things. Shador Sanders goes to a HBCU, puts Jackson State on the map, goes to Colorado, rebuilds that organization, him and his dad, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, all of them, Jonte Wester, all of them, right? And as much negativity that people speak about the Sanders family, even...
Hey, don't forget Shiloh.
Yeah, listen, even when, Deion Sanders came into the NFL, his brash ways, they said he was cocky, said he was arrogant. He backed up everything he did. Retired his mom living a good life. And what is so crazy, the negativity that they speak about these kids, they just rising above all the naysayers. Because that is something that is great that's going on with the Sanders family. And the reason why I say that is, guess what happened? Shador Sanders gets a degree. Then the baby Shalimar gets a degree. Shiloh out there working.
Graduated from college.
And all of them went to college. You even look at Deion Jr. He went to SMU. You look at the older sister, DeAndre, got a great business going on. Got a handsome little son in Snow. The whole family dynamic. And everything is caught up on video by Deion Jr. Well-Off Media. Inside of the family dynamic. This family has never been in the news outside of Deion Sanders' divorce, the messy divorce with Pilar. But as far as having your whole family documented every day, every walk of life, nothing negative, and you still hating on these people and they still rising above, that's why that post, like you said, Snacks, when you broke it down so eloquently about when you bring up the name Jesus and you put God in there, that scares off these people. And what that happened yesterday is when people read that, it cut them deep. And that's why it was talked about only in the Cleveland media. Because I won't let a post disturb me. And then you got all these naysayers in the Cleveland media writing all these articles, these opinions, and everything's well documented. And they want to keep on just putting Shador Sanders on the back burner, not even giving him a chance. advance into the 2027 draft, get another quarterback. This is crazy. And whatever the Cleveland media is doing with these insiders, negativity is going to sell. Let's keep it pushing.
Well, ain't but one way to keep it pushing is to put it all on Brendan.
Don't tell me what education can't do. I got my dad and my mom in the same room. Look, how better can life get? Let's wave like a family. Let's wave. Come on.
He said he got his dad and his mom in the same room. Life is beautiful. Man, that's a mic drop right there.
Why he ain't come to my graduation though?
What you need to understand is that don't happen. Prime does not mess with his ex-wife.
Not at all.
He does not occupy the same space as Pilar, period, at all. To have them both in the same room, side by side, that's a miracle within itself. Because if you've ever seen them together, you haven't seen them together when all the children are there. You will see one at a time.
Exactly.
Either Prime will be in the picture or Pilar will be in the picture. They are never all in the picture together. On those boys' senior day at the football stadium,
walked off on her.
Prime walked clean off the field. Halfway through the walk-off, since Pilar walked up, I'm going this way.
Exit right.
So for them to be this close in proximity for this amount of time, and y'all think these kids be lying when they just be telling y'all how their life is. They just telling y'all the truth. And the world be hating.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Look at Prime. He got a mask on.
Nobody can hear you. He can only hear himself loud because of the mask.
Why you didn't go to the graduation?
He didn't tell me. All right, I gotta be. He said I didn't tell him. But hey, man. At the end of the day, family.
But Mark Schlereth said that this young man got a lot of growing up to do. He's immature.
I get over there,
and
and
that
they said he
S2 bullshit needs to stop.
He said the first time he take a vacation, I told him I was graduating late. I did. But as long as we all here now, that don't matter. Family.
That man.
That's a beautiful thing, guys.
That man is just happy to have his mama and his dad in the same room at the same time. That's all. Don't you hear it? Family. That's all he cares about. And y'all out here tripping. And this is what Cleveland don't want in their building. They'd rather have a dude that got 19 problems and gambling and drinking and Johnny Manziel, and they'd rather have all that trouble than that.
They praise people like that, Snacks. They praise
guy that
the
has ingratiated himself in that community, who helps, who does the things that nobody is doing. Why would you not want that? That's crazy.
They're not used to it, Snack. They promote everything that is bad for the culture. They promote the drinking and alcoholism. The Sanders family don't drink. They promote the gambling and stuff. They want to talk about these gamblers. But like you said, somebody that is family oriented and got morals and vows, they don't want them in the building, man. And I was listening to somebody the other day when they was talking about Deshaun Watson, because of the fact that a lot of people was asking, why come Cleveland don't like Deshaun Watson? The reason why they don't like Deshaun Watson is because you know what Deshaun Watson, went through with the, all the cases, the massage therapists and stuff like that, a womanizer and a pedophile and things like that. So anything that you want to call it. And that's the reason why they don't like Deshaun Watson, and they damn sure don't care for Shedeur Sanders. So it's crazy that Snacks put that video up of Shedeur Sanders just being himself. And see, that's the problem that the insiders in the media have. They think Shedeur Sanders is going to walk around uptight, got an attitude, being mad, but they really don't know who Shedeur Sanders is. Shedeur Sanders is built for this. He's built for the competition. See, they want him to walk around and be befuddled and look worried, but he's his own jubilant self, and he keeps it even keel. He don't get too high, he don't get too low. But what happened was Shedeur put him on notice when he said about all the negativity, we need positive energy. Y'all want us to win, right? That's what it is. So all this promotion about all these other people that they promoting outside of Shedeur, but you got to go look at it, because I had a caller last night that I talked to, and he said, let me tell you something. You look at everything that's going on in Cleveland. You look at the commercials. Everything, you had Shedeur Sanders in all the commercials. Was Deshaun Watson in any of them commercials? You had all the rookies coming in. Who's greeting all the rookies? Shedeur Sanders. Where's Deshaun Watson? They have to, the caller said they have to do this for Deshaun Watson because of the NFL collective bargaining agreement. And all that money that he's owed, they have to continue to promote Deshaun Watson the way they doing. But he said that job is Shedeur Sanders' job and Shedeur Sanders' job only as quarterback one. Let's go.
Prime time. Why can't we all just get along?
There's a reason.
He put on the mask so they don't see that he's smiling, because my mama in here. You want to hide his smile. You gonna say, dang, I miss you. Don't tell me what education can't do. I got my dad and my mom in the same room. Look, I was better like it. Let's play like a family. Let's play. Come on.
I don't even need to play no more of that.
Nah, we look. Let's move along. Let's move along and let's talk about these rookies real quick so we can get up out of here, man. Guys, I got things to do. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. I got a crawfish boil I got to attend to for the church because my wife just went to a mother's ministry at the church, and after that, we doing a crawfish boil and things like that. So I gotta go do my due. I got to do my good servant. You're talking about, but we're going to get off into these rookies, man. What we saw in this rookie mini camp yesterday. What we saw in the rookie mini camp was a lot of people saw what they was talking about KC Concepcion, right? They was talking about the drop passes. He had a lot of drop passes yesterday, dropped a few balls, but he still looks spectacular. Denzel Boston, he's a big dude. And when we talking about Taylor Green, I want y'all to stop all that nonsense about Taylor Green, about somebody saying, do y'all think Taylor Green is going to compete with Shedeur Sanders for the quarterback position? Taylor Green is a freakish athlete. Taylor Green missed a lot of throws. His quarterback, he needs 3 or 4 to 5 years to be groomed. But at the same time, I like what I saw with Spencer Fano, his blocking ability, the way he was moving, the way he was setting back. And KC Concepcion, that's forget about the drops. It's just his first time in there. Got some things he need to learn. But Denzel Boston, he stood out to me because that's a big boy, man, and he can go up and high point the ball. And like I said, you can't see too much of what they can bring to the table because you don't have no defenses coming at them. You just got a bunch of guys running routes and catching balls and blocking schemes like that. But as far as Taylor Green, he's just a freakish athlete. But his quarterback skill and throwing that ball, it needs work. I'll let Snacks take over.
Oh, yeah. The Cleveland Browns rookie class is dope. And all you gonna hear from everybody in Cleveland media is Taylor.
They digging him up.
Mary Kay and her crew made a 30-minute video yesterday on Taylor Green. Now, when I was coming out of Dallas last night, it popped up, and I'm like, ain't no way in the world I'm watching that. Because I'm not finna consume myself with that many lies at one time. But Taylor Green is a phenomenal quarterback because he's a rookie. He's a guy that is going to need some work. He's going to take some time to be able to do what he does. But Todd Monken is putting in the work. And Todd Monken is a guy that is able to develop quarterbacks at a fast pace. That's why I don't understand why they don't want Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is more than halfway to a fully developed quarterback. We've seen what Todd Monken has done with Lamar Jackson, has raised his quarterback status to MVP level. But the Cleveland media is more insistent on them not wanting Shedeur Sanders to be the quarterback that they don't care. Todd Monken hasn't even made a snap yet or called a play yet, and they're already talking about Todd Monken being gone. As you see, Taylor Green throwing the Denzel Boston. You know, it's
great job in taking care of each other. That was awesome. As good as it gets in terms of staying up, staying off of the ground, and giving maximum effort. And one thing, make sure though, when we start practice, we got special teams, which a good number of you guys do. The best chance of making the teams on special teams. If it's run through a cone, what do? Run through the damn cone. Okay, that's what you do. It's not shocking if you pull up 2 yards before the cone. That's not shocking. That's every day. That's average. We're never aspiring to be average. Make sense? You should never aspire to be average. We talked about that.
And that's what you want in your head coach. Those are the things you want to hear from your head coach. Now, Cleveland has an extraordinary rookie class. Andrew Berry did his doggone thing. He deserves all the slow claps in the world. Because I've said it a million times. Now that Deepa Death is out the window, Andrew Berry can go to work. Yeah, that was his problem, besides not having first-round draft picks, is operating around Deepa Desta, because Deepa Desta is convincing Jimmy Haslam to try to save money and get the lesser picks and hope that something happens. Andrew Berry was saying, hey, we got to spend this money. We got to get these players if you want to win. Now, you got a new stadium coming. People ain't going to show up if your team is still losing. This is where we at. But we're going to get ready to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to say one last thing before we get up out of here. I want y'all to pay close attention to Mary Kay Cabot's next story. She's going to write a next story that Taylor Green has emerged to become the backup quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Keep your eye on that story because I know it's coming.
Now, for all the CU aunties in the building, tomorrow is Mother's Day. I want to wish y'all a very, very, very happy Mother's Day. And I hope, don't go out there and get in them crowds, in them restaurants, talking about we going out to eat. Us as men, we don't want to wait 2 hours. When we go out the house, we want to go get this food and eat and come back home. You know what I'm saying? And do some things. But I know, ladies, tomorrow is your day.
And y'all deserve it.
I appreciate every one of you, mothers, aunties, sisters. If you knew my life story, it's an amazing thing. I appreciate every last one of y'all for what y'all do for us as black men, and especially these other black women. There
Salute
is
to
no
all
doubt in
y'all.
my mind that every last one of y'all is special, and y'all deserve to have the greatest day tomorrow in the world. I wrote a song for my mama for tomorrow on Mother's Day. KSAP, I played it for him. I sent it to him, see what he thought.
Real nice.
I put my heart and soul. That is part of my life story of where it becomes what it is for me. My mama is my everything. I don't know how many seas I would have to cross to get to her if need be, but I would cross every last one of them. There is nothing I wouldn't do for my mama. And I hope every man and woman in the building feels that way.
Exactly.
If you don't, you need to. If your mother is not here with us anymore, my condolences. God bless you. I hope you remember what you had when you had it. But as for me, my mama is the best woman in the world, and can't nobody tell me no different. You want to know how I know? Because everybody wants to part of my mama. My mama's out right now. I have to call my mother and ask her, hey, do you have time for me today? Because you got plans and your little people's coming over, needing advice, needing prayer, wanting scripture, wanting to take you out to eat. I have to ask my own mama if you got time for me today. That's how love my mama is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We have lived around this world, across the globe. I grew up overseas, and my mama has friends every freaking way. All I'm telling you is, love your mama. You don't get but one.
God.
I don't care if you mad at her, upset with her, fix it. You don't get but one. You don't get no more. That's the woman who gave you life. You know what I'm saying? All I want to share with y'all while we on the way out the door, as the doors of the church open, you can tell I'm a preacher kid. I sound like them sometime when I get on this soapbox. We got to get KSAP out of here. But I'm going to share with y'all what I did with my mom. What I did for my mom. And
before he does that, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat. Happy Mother's Day to all the CU aunties. Much love and respect, man. Tomorrow, y'all enjoy y'all's day. Much love from KSAP. Can't hear nothing, Snacks.
Can't
hear nothing.
Really?
Can't hear nothing.
Say what's that?
Can't hear nothing.
Can't.
Nope.
What the freak?
Well, like I said, guys, that's my time. I got to get out. Appreciate the love and support that y'all showed us today. Make sure y'all tune in next week, and we'll be right back at it. Much love from KSAP.
We sure will.
I'm gone.
KSAP is out of here. And we gonna get out of here in just a minute. Cause I gotta celebrate you ladies and give y'all what I did. I appreciate everybody. for sticking through and hanging in and hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And this is me. My tribute to my mom.
Mama kept me in glory. Yeah. As a young man, I toured the world, blessed with loving parents, but I had a taste for beautiful girls. I've loved many beautiful women from all around the globe. Yeah. Yeah. A weekend in Paris, a weeks in Spain, a few days in the Swiss Alps with women I didn't even know by name. The streets didn't raise me, but that's where I earned my name. My mother prayed for my safety, calling on God in faith. Yeah. I move weed by the pound, Mary Jane by the loads, and tons of white powder. But I was blessed by God to make it out the game. Oh, I made it out by the grace of God, through the fire, through the smoke, through the night so hard. My mama prayed and she never let go. Now I'm living proof for the seed she sowed. Oh, I made it out. I'm still standing tall, from the cold hard streets to the big bright halls. If you hear my name, then you know the story. God kept me alive and mama kept me in glory. Now I sign contracts for millions with my name. If it wasn't for the grace of God and my mother spending nights on her knees, praying to save her baby, please. Family is everything. When my sister needed help, I showed up without question. I went all the way across the country to Arizona. Now my life is clean, big money deals, a few big homes, 2 daughters in college, and a lot of luxury cars. I have a better life because of God's blessings. And my mother keeping me in a prayer. From the corner to the conference room, I learned how to stand on my own. Turning pain into purpose, making sure my family always had a home. Every loss taught me wisdom, every scar taught me grace. Now I move with a different mindset, still thankful for his face. I don't brag about the struggle, I just let the light speak loud. From the trenches to the triumph, I'm still holding my head proud. And if you need a sign that change can come, look at me and know it. God in the lead, in the praying moment, anything can go. Yeah, I came a long way, from the struggle to the skyline, from the prayer closet to the contracts, from the dark to the light. I made it out by the grace of God, through the fire, through the smoke, through the night so hard. My mama prayed and she never let go. Now I'm living proof for the seed she sowed. I'm still standing tall, from the cold hard streets to the big bright halls. If you hear my name, then you know the story. God kept me alive and mama kept me in glory.
That's a true story, ladies and gentlemen. That's all me. That's just some tidbits of my life and things that I have been through. I get to present that to my mama tomorrow. I get to present that to my mother tomorrow for Mother's Day. I will perform it in church, toward the end of church. She don't know what's happening. She won't even know I'll be there. But that's what my mama means to me, everything. If you know my story, I keep telling you, your boy was out there bad. I wasn't bad, but your boy was out there. And the craziest thing of it all, I didn't have to be. But the story is I made it out without any harm, without ever being convicted of anything, and all the money's clean. There's not a lot of people who get to live to tell their story. I get to tell mine, and I appreciate it all because I know that woman was on her knees all the time. All the time. You know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful women I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Now, we're going to get out of here because KSAP is out of here. We appreciate all y'all for watching and coming to hang out with us. KSAP's son graduates today, so he out of here. He got stuff to do. And now we out of here because I got stuff to do. I got to take this boy to this party now. And my oldest son was just standing here on the corner, so that means he wants something too. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace out.
Big snacks, the KSAP on the mic, yeah. We talking sports, real life all night, yeah. Welcome to Sports Life. Bring the whole tribe. Where the game meets the grind and the truth ride. She in the talk, coach crime in the frame. Every move got us locked, every play got a name. NFL, NBA, WNBA 2. Angel Reese with the fire, Ajay Wilson too. Texas in the house, let the whole world hear. Culture in the cut and the vision clear. Best sports podcast on YouTube, that's the wave. Tap in, lock in, let the real ones say. From the locker room to the block, from the court to the top, we keep it real, no doubt. Say it loud, say it loud. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports and real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it real, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew, welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too. She got the boys. Coach Prime got the spark from the first whistle blow to the final dark. We debate every stat, every trade, every win, and we bring it back to the people again. Angel Reese got down, Sacha Wilson got grace. Every headline hit, we stay in the race. Big plays, big names, big talk on deck. If you love the game, then you know what's next. No cap, no doubt, we stay on the scene. Texas flavor in the mix, clean and mean. Bigger than the clip, it's a whole long ride. Sports Life in your ears, let it bounce worldwide. Hands up when the combo drop. Here's now when the facts don't stop. One mic, one lane, one vibe. Sports Life, baby, come alive. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports in real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it real, no different.